We're going to go ahead and get started with our business meeting. Today's date is May 6, 2025. The time is 2 p.m. In attendance are Commissioners Eberline, Duncan, and Matari. I'm going to call this meeting to order, and we will begin with a moment of silence. Okay. Next up is the pledge. Sergeant Miller, could I get you to start, please?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Any changes to the agenda? Hearing none. Public comment? Hearing none. Okay. First item, meeting minutes. I'll take a motion.
I move that we approve the meeting minutes, items 1 through 6.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye. Consent calendar.
I approve the consent calendar for items 7 through 12.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye. And payables.
I move that we approve the payables for the week of April 28th through May 2nd, 2025 in the amount of $1,662,621.91.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye. Okay, first business item, number 14, bid opening. Bid number 2025-02, Hazard Wildland Fuels Treatment, Tubbs Hill Fire Smart Grant, Office of Emergency Management. And I have Andrea Littlefield.
My name is Andrea Littlefield for the record. I don't know if any bids came in, but this is for the Tubbs Hill hazard mitigation.
Okay. You want to
Ready?
open the bids? Yeah.
We've got 4.
Oh, wow.
Jonathan, it's a little hot out here. Thank you. You want to open them and I'll read them?
Yes.
All right, the first one is Blake's Tree Service, Post Falls. The bid per acre is $4,230.75 for a total bid of $247,499. Did you need any other information?
No.
Okay. All right. And this bid is from Hester Forge Management LLC, Priest River. Price per acre, $4,800. Total bid, $280,800. Okay, this is double sealed. The F.A. Bartlett Tree Expert Company out of Spokane Valley, the price per acre, $4,481. The total bid, $262,138.50. And our last bid is Alpha Services LLC. It's a P.O. Box in Coeur d'Alene. And the price per acre, $2,304.27. The total bid, $134,800. So with that, I move that we acknowledge receipt of the bids and they be turned over to OEM and legal.
Second.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, next up, item 15, board approval request, use of opioid funds for the DARE program, the DARE program, with the Office of Emergency Management, and Andrea Littlefield again.
Andrea Littlefield for the record. This is a one-time ask for the DARE instructor training funds, or sorry, for the DARE instructor training using opioid settlement funds. This training would be for all SRO officers throughout Kootenai County, so this program can be implemented into the schools. The total project cost to bring this training to Kootenai County would be $24,085.72. And this program fits into Appendix A in 4 different categories. Do you want me to go over those categories, or are you?
I'm
You
fine.
okay? Commissioner Eberline, did you want to have her describe the categories it goes into?
No, that's fine.
Okay, no.
Okay.
So
Good.
my only question would be, are there any things that we're giving up to fund this program?
No.
Okay, so there's no other asks. And then are, like, the City of Coeur d'Alene and other agencies that are not KCSO, are SROs coming to the training?
Eric Hedlund for the record. Yes, they would be invited. It'd be hosted training, but the cost is the same regardless of if we
Correct.
have 4 SROs or if there's 15 or 20.
Sure, I just want to make sure the invitation was going.
Yes, yeah, we will extend that to all of them as well.
Okay, thank you. No further.
Jelena Hildreth for the record. I just want to let you know that we have, as of today, just a little over $1 million in our opioid account to be used, that we haven't allocated.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you. No questions, take a motion.
All right.
I'll second.
Oh, item 15, did you want to make that motion?
Yes.
Okay.
Board approval request, use of opioid funds, DARE program, Office of Emergency Management.
Okay, so I guess you move that we approve, and I second your moval.
Thank you.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. Okay, next up, item 16, grant amendment number 23NONE002, amended subrecipient agreement for North Kootenai Water and Sewer District with Idaho Office of Emergency Management in the amount of $419,984.63 with an in-kind match North Kootenai Water and Sewer District time in the amount of $41,998.46. And Andrea Littlefield again.
Andrea Littlefield for the record. Kootenai County Office of Emergency Management is requesting the Board of County Commissioners approve the amended subrecipient agreement for North Kootenai Water and Sewer District. The amendment changes only the performance period from July 25th, 2023 through September 4th to 2024, and it is changing it to July 25th, 2023 through January 4th, 2026. The grant award shall stay the same.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the grant amendment for grant number 23NONE002, which is the amended subrecipient agreement for North Kootenai Water and Sewer District and the Idaho Office of Emergency Management.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Okay, next up, item 17, board approval request. This is for the Kootenai County Public Transportation FY26 Program of Projects with Transit. And do we have Chad Engel on the telephone?
Yes, thank you, Commissioners. Chad Engel with the Transit Department for the record. This is an annual requirement associated with our FTA 5307 funding. The proposed program of projects was approved by the board during the March 25th, 2025 business meeting prior to its publication. As no public comments were received during the public hearing, no revisions to the program of projects have been made. So we are seeking approval to submit this to the Kootenai Metropolitan Planning Organization.
Thank you. And did you have a question, Commissioner?
Oh, I
Duncan?
just wanted to make sure that it was known that this is not an obligation of funds in any way. Each grant would have to come before us to be approved separately, and KMPO cannot fulfill their responsibilities without this from the county.
Yes, and if you could, because it's not a long list of projects, is that correct?
That's correct.
Could you just maybe read that in the record, just for the public so they know?
I don't have that in front of me. That was in
Okay.
publication, but I can look it up if you would like me
No,
to.
there's a description of projects in the public notice. The total amount of these projects is $4,635,758, of which $2,844,500 is federal assistance and $1,791,258 is local match. And the projects will provide funding for operations, preventative maintenance, planning, and training for fixed route service and ADA paratransit services in the Coeur d'Alene urbanized area, as well as rolling stock and capital expenses. The primary impact of these projects will be within the Coeur d'Alene urbanized area. That's pretty much a summary of it, correct?
Correct, yeah.
And it's 5 years. That's not 1 year, it's 5 years.
Is it 5
It
years?
is.
Did I misspeak there?
2026 to 2030.
Oh, okay, well, that wasn't in that section that I read off, but yeah, for 5 years. Any questions? Okay, motion?
I'm not going to put in a motion on this.
That's fine. I move that we approve the Kootenai County Public Transportation FY26 program of projects.
Chad, real quick question. Did you spend any time just chatting with your liaison about this particular item?
Not individually. It was messages sent to the entire board.
Okay. Well, maybe perhaps in the future, we can kind of maybe spend some time, especially on items that are before the board, do not get approved, and then come back before the board. As a favor, I would just like to ask that maybe you spend some time with the commissioners, especially with a liaison, if a liaison does not support it. With that said, I will say that I have gotten some additional information. I was contacted by a city representative, and I was asked to participate in a meeting. The cities appear to be open to examining a lot more options moving forward. So I think that's a good thing. And with that said, I will second that motion.
Commissioner Eberline,
Nay.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye. Next up, item 18, 2024-2025, 2024 and 2025. Agreement Amendment Area Agency on Aging, and it's with Transit, and we have Chad Engel again.
Yes, thank you, Commissioners. Chad Engel with the Transit Department for the record. This is an amendment to the agreement with the Area Agency on Aging, providing match for the FTA 5310 Ring-A-Ride program. Due to funding restraints, Area Agency on Aging is reducing their reimbursement amount. Legal has reviewed and approved this.
Okay, and this is basically just, it's ultimately a reduction because their funding is less at this point.
Correct.
Questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the 2024-25 agreement amendment for Area Agency on Aging.
Do we get a second? No. I'll make a second. Again, because we have a meeting that will be participating with the cities, that I am optimistic that a lot of different options are going to be explored. So I will second that motion.
Commissioner Eberline,
Nay.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Chad, and I look forward to speaking with you individually about some of these issues. Next up, item 19, public hearing notice, 2025 airport fees with our airport. And I have Director Gaston Patterson and Kim Stevenson.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Gaston Patterson, Airport Director for the record. We need to have a public hearing regarding our airport fees. The reason being our tower fee went from being a 6-month $10 per landing fee to the full 12 months with our tower going to a full 12 months. So we want to be able to capture that revenue year-round, and with that, it exceeds the amount allotted without a public hearing. So to hold the public hearing.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
Actually, we need to call for public comment
Oh,
for or
this is our
against.
public
This is
hearing,
our public
excuse
hearing.
me. Thank you. Thought it was for putting the notice up. Does anyone, would they like to speak for the new fee structure? Is there anyone on the line? Is there anyone who would like to speak against the new fee structure? Okay, I'll take a motion to end public testimony.
I move that we end public testimony and enter into deliberations.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye. Okay, thoughts?
I don't think we had any public comment the first time we raised it or put it into effect when we got the temporary tower, so I think it's reasonable.
You concur?
I concur.
All right. Well, I will take a motion.
I move that we approve the 2025 airport fees as listed.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye, motion carries. Next up, item 20, resolution 2025-36, and this is the 2025 airport fees.
So essentially, it's just the paperwork solidifying it, so if we could just take a motion.
Take a motion.
I will make a motion for resolution 2025-2625 airport fees.
I misheard, I think I misheard you. 2025-36 was the resolution?
Yes, 20.
Okay, second.
2025-26.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye, the motion carries and the resolution passes. Thank you. Next up, item 21, board approval request, airport vehicle purchase with the airport and Director Gaston.
Absolutely. Gaston Patterson for the record again. The airport is seeking to procure 7 new Chevy 2500 utility vehicles for the airport. This would replace roughly half of our fleet. We're looking to just do half of it right now. Our current fleet is severely aged, high mileage, and we're suffering from many mechanical breakdowns and other maintenance costs. Basically, these are our high-demand vehicles, our airport ops and fire rescue vehicles. We are taking our existing 6 vehicles and reallocating them to basically lower need, not as high risk positions. Within there, I believe I attached the flow chart showing our allocations and where they're going. We did go out to receive bids from all the major manufacturers, Ford, Dodge, and Chevy. All of them were pretty comparable. Chevy actually beat the other 2 manufacturers by approximately $5,000 per vehicle. We think these will serve our needs well into the future. The thing with the airport is most of our vehicles do end up lasting upwards of 15, 20 years because they don't accrue as much mileage just driving around the airport. But we are at that point where most of our vehicles are in that 1999 to 2002 realm and very high mileage, so starting to have many issues. So before you, I bring the procurement for the vehicles and completely upfitted in total what we need to transfer from fund balance, and this has been approved through the Fleet Management Committee. This has been reviewed and approved through them, and I also had a meeting with the auditor's office to confirm fund balance for the airport on this. Total fund balance we'd want to move would be $723,372. That does include a 5% variance in the total cost of the vehicles due to the length of time it'll take to get them here. There were upwards of 5 to 6 months just for the trucks to get here, along with the upfitting parts for those. We wanted to have a little bit of a variance. So that variance is about $34,446 for any price increases we could see on the equipment while we're waiting for the vehicles to arrive. We do have a disposition list that we'll be bringing back to the board, but we have roughly those 6 vehicles going to auction. We don't see them as extremely high-value vehicles at auction, but we could see roughly a $35,000 to $40,000 return on that would be reapplied back in as a revenue. So I'm available to answer any questions you guys might have.
Questions?
Just a clarification, because of the way you have to operate within FAA assurances, these are not available to trickle down to other departments.
That is correct. Yeah, our vehicles have to be either, they can be purchased for fair market value or they just have to go to auction to
Okay.
be sold for auction value.
All right, and you're going to come back with the resolution for auction.
That is correct.
Okay,
Yes.
Any questions?
I'm fine.
You gonna take this one?
Yeah, I'll take this one. So I move that we approve the airport vehicle purchase and subsequent transfer of funds to the C budget.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye, motion carries. Next up, item 22, lease termination AAL-2005-050. It's an airport lease document with Vector Aviation LLC and Kim Stevenson.
Handle both.
Yes, Commissioners Kim Stevenson for the record. If you'd like to do items 22 and 23 together, it's a
Okay.
hangar sale and purchase.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're requesting a lease termination for Vector Aviation. They have sold, or are selling their hangar to Plane Hangar LLC, who's requesting a ground lease, AAL-2025-1200.
I'll make a motion for lease termination of AAL 2005-050 Vector Aviation LLC Airport, along with ground lease AAL 2025-1200 Plane Hangar LLC Airport.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Next up, item 24, board approval request. This is to replace a sonar system with our sheriff's office. And Sergeant Ryan, is it Odegaard? And Ryan Smith, or Miller, excuse me.
Thank you, Commissioner. Sergeant Ryan Miller for the record. Come before you today to request permission to purchase a replacement sonar system for our sonar team and sonar boat. The current system has failed and needs to be replaced. It is no longer serviceable. We sent out 3 bids to companies that deal in sonar systems. We received all 3 bids. 2 of the bids were insufficient. They did not meet our specifications. They were not powerful enough, had insufficient kilohertz, and not compatible with our current system, which would have caused for excess training and outfitting the vessel. The vessel is currently set up for a certain system. So we did the 3rd bid we received is the bid that we would like to go with and purchase. It is from Marine Sonic or Atlas North America. It is for $84,277.23. We also met with a local company, a 501c3, the Mahogany Boaters Education Association, and they have agreed to give us $40,000 towards this purchase. The remaining balance, I would like to split in half. If you agree to that, vessel account would cover, the KCSO vessel account would cover $22,138.62, and then the general fund would cover $22,138.61. Any questions?
Questions?
When was this slated for replacement?
We didn't necessarily have a date. I can let Sergeant Odegaard speak to that. It was purchased in 2006.
6.
Thank you, sir. And there was no replacement date for it. We didn't really know how long it would last us. I do believe it has lasted longer than it probably should have. The system now is no longer supported, so if it was able to be repaired, that's what we try to do first, is send it back for repair. We would have kept with the system. Now that their technology has changed, they no longer support that system, and they actually don't have anyone at the company that knows how to work on that anymore.
So I would suggest that we maybe take it out of Justice Fund contingency, but that would take a unanimous vote of the board, since this was not necessarily scheduled for replacement and it kind of died without,
What's the rationale for that, just out of curiosity?
just because it was an unexpected expense. They didn't expect it to
Yeah.
die. I mean, it can come out of fund balance because anything not used in contingency goes back into fund balance, but I just figured it was a little bit cleaner.
Yeah. I mean, it was around since 2006, and according to the memo, you can't buy a computer that will operate that software.
Correct, right? That's, yeah.
So it basically has become functionally obsolete.
Absolutely.
It's called an anchor.
Yeah. So probably in the future, we want to plan for that
Yes, sir.
a little bit more, but, because it was unexpected, I'm fine with that. Commissioner Everline?
I agree.
So I move that we approve the replacement of the sonar system, and with the funds coming from the donation, half from Vessel and the other half from Justice Fund contingency.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners.
All right, thank you. Next up, item 25. It's a lease agreement with Lakes Highway District, Parks and Waterways, and Director Nick Snyder. Are you on the telephone?
I am. Good afternoon, Commissioners. Nick Snyder for the record. Indeed, before you is a 12-month lease agreement with Lakes Highway District, which is necessary to continue boat launch maintenance services at Bayview Boat Launch, Lower Twin Lake, as well as Maiden Rock on Spirit Lake.
And this is a lease that came in today that was
Correct, Commissioner.
signed by the Lakes Highway District Board yesterday, I believe.
Yes, at their evening meeting, approximately 5 o'clock last.
Yes. So I know we haven't had really a good opportunity to look at this, with a fair amount of time. Do either of my fellow commissioners have any comments or thoughts on the lease agreement as it's written and signed by Lakes Highway District?
No, I read through it. I think there's some confusion that I just want to mention. This is an agreement for 1 year. I know we've got some emails that thought it was for 30 days, and that is not the case. It is for 1 year. It was just a difference in termination. Lakes Highway has signed an agreement for 6 months notice for termination, and the board requested 30 days notice for termination. So if the board is comfortable with those terms, then I say we get this done, and Nick is on the line.
Commissioner Eberline?
I completely agree. I concur.
Yeah, so the difference between 30 days and 180 days is that we just have to make a notification in our calendars for when to give notice, if that's something that this board decides to do. But I'm fine with it as well.
Leslie? You good?
Yeah, if you want me to.
So I'll make a motion for lease agreement, Lakes Highway District, Parks and Waterways.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. All right, we'll get this signed for you, Director Snyder, quickly so you can move on to the next steps.
I'll take care of it. Thank you, Commissioners.
All right, thank you. Okay, next up, item 26. Ratify an agreement for construction materials, engineering, and testing services, the jail pods, Budinger and Associates, Inc., with Building and Grounds, and Director Jeff Fuller.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Jeff Fuller for the record. This is an agreement that we looked at last week that you did approve. This is simply a ratification of that agreement so that it goes through the proper procedures and gets into your paperwork channels correctly.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
I move that we ratify and approve the agreement for the construction materials, engineering, and testing services for the jail pods project with Budinger and Associates.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. Next up, item 27, Memorandum of Agreement, Agromet Program And this is with the Aquifer Protection District and the Bureau of Reclamation. And we have Leanna Kaiser and Larry Sims.
So this is a 10-year MOU between the Aquifer Protection District and the Bureau of Reclamation for 5 weather stations in the Pacific Northwest area. Larry can give you more specifics if you'd like some more information on those. We had a 10-year agreement that has expired or will be expiring soon, and so this is a renewal of that agreement. The Aquifer Protection District contributes $3,400 a year for the management of these 5 weather stations.
Anything else? Did you want to add?
Not really. This is Larry Sims for the record. I might mention that that fund amount that we've allocated to them has remained steady for quite a few number of years. And we don't anticipate it increasing significantly over the period of this memorandum.
Okay. Thank you. Questions? Motion?
Your turn or my turn?
I think it's your turn, 27.
Pardon?
Number 27.
Okay, so Agri-Met Program, Aquifer Protection District, Bureau of Reclamation, BOCC.
So you're approving the memorandum of agreement, and I second that motion.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Next up, item 28, court-appointed special advocates agreement with Schwartz Law Office PC and the BOCC and Leanna Kaiser.
Yes, this is our court-appointed special advocates attorney. We renew this agreement every year. This is for Schwartz Law Office. They've done a great job for us, and the CASA program and Schwartz Law have both agreed that they would like to continue with this arrangement. The amount is $105,000 a year. Last year you approved an increase, and we're not increasing it again for next year.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the court-appointed special advocate agreement with Schwartz Law Office PC.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries. Next up, item 29, contract for cleaning services, State of Idaho Public Defender Office at 1450 Northwest Boulevard, Above and Beyond Janitorial, Inc., with our public defender and Leanna Kaiser again.
Yes, last one. So Idaho Code 196008 specifies that if we are housing the state public defenders, that we are also responsible for providing janitorial services for these public defenders. So they currently have an agreement with this company to service their office 5 days a week. I spoke to them. They are in agreement that they can cut down to 3 days a week. So we are asking for an approval for the contract of $18,000 for the year. That did save us about $7,000 by cutting a couple of days out, and they think that that will be sufficient for their office staff. So this is a one-year agreement. We're hoping that once the state takes this over, I think in a couple of years, then we won't have to handle this any further.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
Second.
Would you want to take this one, Mark, number
Yes, I
29?
do.
Okay.
Cleaning Services, State of Idaho Public Defender Office, 1450 Northwest Boulevard, Above and Beyond Janitorial, Inc., Public Defender.
I'll second that approval.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Next up, item 30, East Side Fire District annexation, 5 parcels with the BOCC, and we have Dave Ferguson here.
Commissioners, this is a request for approval for annexation in the East Side Fire District by following property owners: Idaho Moonlight Views LLC, 2 properties; Cardasano, Evans, and Sen, SENN. Notice was published properly. The East Side Fire District held a public meeting and approved annexation. And all the properties are contiguous to current fire district properties. So this board is now obliged to approve the annexation of those 5 properties.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
I move that we I move that we approve the East Side Fire District annexation for the 5 parcels mentioned.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Next up, item 31, board approval request, fund balance appropriation for the prior year P-card charges in specialty court with our auditor, and we have Brandy Falcon.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Brandy Falcon for the record. I attached a memo to this agenda item request. Hopefully you've had a chance to review it. There was an error in the setup of a P-card for one of the specialty court employees, and as a result, a little over 2 years of expenses were not recorded in their budget in our accounting system. So in order to rectify the error, we've worked with specialty court to get those expenses paid. However, they obviously don't have 2.5 years worth of funds in their current budget. And so I'm asking to appropriate $52,936.59 from their fund balance to cover these charges. And then our Deputy Finance Director has done a great job working with our IT department to come up with a process to make sure that this doesn't happen again. The IT is involved in the P-card process from our bank to our accounting system. And so there were some things in that process that went wrong, and we have a process now with IT to make sure we catch those mistakes from now on.
Thank you. Are there any questions? I have one. Just curious if the folks at the specialty court were kind of wondering how come their budgets, they were coming in under.
They actually kept coming in over budget. So
Oh.
if these expenses had hit their budget, they would have been even more over budget. So there was nothing in their budget to indicate that. So.
Okay. All right.
So I'll make a motion, Board of Approval request, fund balance appropriation for prior year P-card charges in specialty court. Auditor.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Next up, item 32, Resolution 2025-43. This is the FY25 surplus fund balance allocation with our auditor and finance director, Brandy Falcon again.
Yes, Brandy Falcon again for the record. This is a resolution formalizing the surplus fund balance allocations that the board made at our meeting last Thursday. And it has been reviewed by legal.
Questions? Motion?
I'll make a motion.
Yeah, do you want to do that one, or I will?
Okay.
Yeah, I move that we approve Resolution 2025-43, which is the FY25 surplus fund balance allocation.
Aye.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Next up, item 33, Resolution 2025-44, eliminate the indigent fund with our auditor and director, finance director Brandy Falcon, please.
Yes, Brandy Falcon for the record. This is just a resolution formalizing the elimination of Fund 40, which is our indigent fund. Due to legislation in recent years, this fund is no longer operable essentially, and operations have really scaled down. So the small amount of county assistance operations that are remaining are now in our current expense fund in the general fund. And so this is just a formal resolution to show the remaining amount that was transferred from our indigent fund to general fund as of year-end FY24, which was $77,578.66, and formalizing that we're closing the fund and no longer using it.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
I'll make a resolution 2025-44, eliminate the indigent fund. Auditor.
I second that approval.
Commissioner Eberline,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye, motion carries. Next up, public comment. Anybody online on the telephone? No. 2:39, meeting adjourned. Thank you.